to come in, so I'm just going to turn the camera off for a second, just prepare for that.
I was going to say, you look a lot better, so I'm glad the camera cut out as soon as we started the meeting.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Welcome to Hammer Talk, episode 3, 4? I think it's 3.
I thought it was, is it 3?
Is it 3? It might be.
I
No,
thought
it's
it
4. It's 4. It's Hammer Talk 4.
Did we lose P-Ball? Is P-Ball here?
I'm trying to give him some space to do his thing.
Oh,
It's Hammer Talk time with the boys. Glad to see you.
That was fantastic. Just to give everyone a heads up, he did not start this call with the cowboy hat on, so that was a costume change.
That was improv. You know what? We'll just keep it.
Oh yeah. Whenever you find your way in the middle of the busiest trading week that I think this league has ever seen,
yeah.
you deserve to wear a cowboy hat. I have a feeling that you had a hand in a lot
It's
of
the
these trades.
Wild West of trading.
And what
Oh yeah.
That is.
Some people carry a pistol. I just carry some trades, and I keep that thing on me. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
All right, you got 2 more cheesy ass lines, and then I'm muted.
All right. And this is a 20-minute podcast, so I got to space those out really well.
Take the average.
All right.
All right, so today we're gonna run down the week. Obviously, you gotta talk about the trades. I think we're gonna do a little preview. Obviously, get your predictions. Prue, I want to start off with you.
Let's do
I
it.
want to know what you think was the worst trade that you saw this week, or as in most lopsided. And if you need a refresher, I can run down the recent ones.
But yeah, give me a refresher.
All right, so I'll just do the 2 for 2s, because the big one was, I think we already had plenty of discussion about that. But the 2 for 2s, you got Feelers and Hefe. Feelers traded Denver, or received Denver and a Guebenom, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Hefe received Conklin, the Jets tight end, and the Los Angeles defense. That's a new one. When did that go through?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I saw that one.
That was like this morning. I didn't know that one actually happened. Okay, so that you got that one. The other 2 that were more interesting were Javonte Williams and Amon-Ra to Feelers, and for Darrell Henderson and A.J. Brown to the Redskins. And then you got Cordell Patterson and Tua to the Redskins, trading Little Flub, Miles Sanders, and Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
To me, it's tough to give up Lamar Jackson for any price.
Yeah, especially in a league where we have the points per rush and quarterbacks are so highly valued. That's a big guy to give up, but man, I don't know what Jed was seeing. Maybe he's pulling some strings behind the scenes, but I just did not love the Redskins trade there.
Oh wait, hey, we also forgot the emergency game day trade.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Wait, that shit was. I think it's hilarious because 1, he got a deal, right? He got it done.
Yeah.
2, if you go and look at it, he didn't even need to do that. He still would have beat me without that trade.
I know. But just imagine the frantic. Like Jordan was over there sweating his ass off, thinking,
"Oh yeah,
I gotta make a trade."
Hey, props to them. I mean, I've never seen something come through like that. I've never been traded on mid-game. I thought I had a little advantage going into it, but props to Flub for answering the call. You got your boy.
For sure.
What do you think, people? I mean, you're in half of these trades. So
yeah.
Maybe this is a good time. I think we all wonder. This is like a little bit of a spotlight here. What the fuck are you doing? You just trade for fun, or do you like trade for targets? Like, what is it?
So I went into this thinking like, okay, my team has some weaknesses, and those are my running back. Like Fournette's not always putting up big numbers. He's getting good volume, but he's just not putting up those rock star games. So I was like, I need a better running back. I have defenses to trade. I have AJB, and so I was like, what can I do? So I sent it out in the message, and a few people hit. Hefe hit immediately. Lang hit me. who else? Dean. Jordan sent me like just some like bullshit thing. Does Jordan ever send y'all just like crazy trades? By the way.
Last year he sent me a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
And
get
then-
the most offers from Hefe. I think
Yes,
Jake is
Hefe-
consistently pending transactions to me.
I actually have an alarm set on my phone, and it's at Tuesdays at like 2 in the afternoon, and that's when Jake's probably going to have a trade to me every week. And I just have it set to remind me to
go deny it.
decline it. To decline the hell out of it. But anyway, so I had AJB, and I was like, well, first of all, who are people I want? What did I want? And then I look at his bye week, and I'm like, I'm bye week 7. Who did I play bye week or like week 7? And I was like, oh my God, it's Jed and Gabe. So we talked, and at first I was just trying to get, something small. I wanted to get a running back and then try not to lose bad on the other part. And then he's just like, you know what, people, I'll give you, this is Jed, I'll give you Amon-Ra St. Brown and either one of my running backs for AJB and Breece Hall. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, no. And I was really thinking about it. I was looking at it hard. And he was like, okay, well, can anyone, like, would you do it for anyone? And I was like, Darrell Henderson. He's like, okay. And I thought he was joking. And then, I was like busy during this whole time and he sends it. And I was like, yes, auto, yes. Like, can't click it fast enough. And
That's nuts.
Yeah, and then pandemonium broke out in the chat.
Yeah, I mean that's a big trade.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to be aware. Like, Prue, I want you to talk on this too. I'm gonna give my quick opinion here. Javonte Williams has been losing carries. Not only Mike Boone, but Melvin Gordon. So he's on a downslope technically, and Amon-Ra is hurt. So you don't know how long he's gonna be hurt. So if you're thinking about to play today, AJ Brown and Darrell Henderson are guys to go. But you talk about it over the course of the season. That's a pretty tough duo. That's a league-winning duo right there. That could probably carry a team on their own. But Prue, go ahead. What do you think?
I didn't know Amon-Ra was hurt. That might change my opinion. How long is he hurt for?
So he actually got hurt.
Week.
Well, he got hurt in the third quarter, and he came out for like 5 minutes and then went back into the game. So I can't think he's
like
just
a small thing.
Yeah, it's like
you know how ankles are though. Once you get the boot off, then it gets big, right? So you don't really know. It's not season ending, obviously, and maybe at worst it's 2 weeks or he's limited or the second week. But still, you got to think about just the pure volume that Amon-Ra gets.
Well,
PPR.
And if the other thing is if Darrell Henderson, like lives up to his week 1 hype, like, he looked like he was going to be their guy week 1. And then, ever since then, it's been, the Cam Akers story. But, he can do it, but it looks like they're going with Akers.
Which surprises me.
Yeah, it does surprise me too. I wonder if they're doing that shit where they save their better players for later in the year. Because I think for the first couple of weeks, I think the Tennessee Titans were actually holding back on Derrick Henry. They gave him like 10 carries. And then they get to a game where they need to win. And they're like, all right, fucking 30 carries and 5 targets. It's like this back to what you expect.
And
I know that's.
I thought Henderson was going to be the guy, especially after week 1. But it was like week 2 and week 3, I see Akers like goal line carries and big third down carries. And I'm just like, if you're the guy, you get those touches. You're not getting 1st and 10 on your 40-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I don't know. I faded him off, but I don't know. Maybe Jed made a rock star trade. You never know. We'll see.
You never know. Yeah, that's a great point. And I think that describes the 4-person trade that we see, the 4-banger, right? Because you look at it and you're like, holy shit, that dude got a entire team for Justin Jefferson, basically. That's what the trade was. And I understand it because Devontae was kind of low-key not that great the past 2 weeks. He's getting outplayed by Mac Hollins or whoever the hell the Raiders guy was. But to shop Adams and Josh Allen for Matthew Stafford, that's tough. That's real tough.
I mean, that's big baller Allen right there. Like, that man can throw up some numbers when it comes to fantasy.
I'm just gonna give you a word of advice, Hunter. I've traded Josh Allen away before. It doesn't feel good. It's not a good feeling.
Dude, and again especially with this league, Taylor.
Yay!
Can we get a sold for the boys?
Can we get a sold for the boys really loud right here? We're doing a podcast, fantasy football.
Okay, no, he's got to get closer. He's got to get
Hey,
closer.
you gotta be closer. You didn't.
Yeah,
What
we
if I
can-
here?
Take off your shirt.
Call him. Say CB Lamb one time.
Dude, we were watching the game last night, and he goes, CB Lamb, every time he gets the ball. And then they show, like, a picture, like a graphic with his name on it. He goes, holy shit, his name's CD?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think it was a joke, but it was. I think it might have been a joke. I don't know. I never know with him.
It definitely wasn't a joke.
Oh man.
Okay, we were talking about the big trade, the four banger.
I gotta run through this one real quick. Let me see who all was.
Yeah.
So it was Stafford, Jefferson, Goddard, and Gibson to Hunter.
Okay.
Who are all, if you look at just points for the beginning of the year, they're all great players, right? You can't even talk about rest of season yet. Then you got Wayman, Devontae, Montgomery, and Josh Allen. And yeah, Wayman is essentially not a player. Like, homie has 4 points this year, basically. I get that. David Montgomery, he's hurt. Basically just trying to get a running back. But Adams and Josh Allen, those two are some spicy pieces right there.
Basically, you have hurt Montgomery right now. You have no idea if he'll play this week. So, let's just look at it from this week's standpoint, okay? So, you're going to get Josh Allen and Devontae Adams for Matthew Stafford, who I see is shaky. He can be good. He can be bad. Jefferson,
Is he? Yep.
who is, by all accounts, kind of the same way. If you spent a whole bunch of money on him, he can be a letdown right now in weeks 2 and 3.
Ooh. I don't know that I would say he's a letdown by any means. He has a 40-point week.
He does, but he also has a 4-point week. Okay.
What do you think, Pro? You want to say something?
I'm feeling like, every player has their down weeks every once in a while, but man, that dude's just a beast. Like, there's just no way that having him on your team is ever gonna be a
bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
totally agree.
And if you start a guy like Justin Jefferson and he doesn't perform, it's like, well, you did what you could. Like, you can't pre-game plan any better than that.
Yeah. Just gotta let him ride. Yeah, and then you look at Goddard and you're like, all right, every year there's usually one tight end you draft in the middle of the round or in the middle round, and they just go nuts.
Yeah.
Just so happens to be Goddard this year.
Yep.
If you want to show up your tight end position in the middle of the season, he did it. We'll see what Gibson ends up being.
Yeah, and y'all said it best on an episode of Hammer Talk. There's 8 good quarterbacks. There's really only 4 good, dependable tight ends that are gonna win you games.
Yeah, we talked about that with the Seaman and Pat Feelers trade.
Trade
inaugural.
Feeling about that trade nowadays.
So I definitely miss having him, but also at the same time, I'm like, would I ever have won a game with Matt Ryan as my quarterback at this point?
Fair enough.
No, he looked like shit too. Yeah,
He
I think that
looks
trade has worked out pretty evenly because Matt Ryan hasn't looked great. Mark Andrews basically won a week last week. He went ballistic.
He went great.
No, he's bonkers.
I
And
think
he'll do it again.
if I hadn't had Kirk Cousins on my bench, I probably wouldn't have taken the trade because it's like Kirk Cousins is startable. I can live with him. But Matt Ryan is that's tough to start Matt Ryan.
Kirk Cousins is like the cutoff line of startable.
Yeah.
Anything worse than Kirk Cousins, you shouldn't start.
If he's playing prime time, he's below the cutoff.
Yes, you catch him on a Thursday or something.
Yeah. All right. As we wrap up trades, we've been talking about this for 12 minutes, so we gotta at least look forward a little bit and break down the week real quick. Give me P-ball. Give me a winner from this week's trades. That's not yourself.
Okay.
So you give me the biggest loser, just based off of what we're talking about. Don't think about it too much. Just gut feeling.
I'm gonna go winner Jake Huggins. on his trade with Lang.
I like it.
Yep.
Just real quick, short and sweet.
Okay. Yeah. Winner, he has the best quarterback in football and who can sling it or run it whenever, and he has a great receiver. And he has guys, he traded away guys that could be good or could be bad. So I think he's a winner for that.
I'm going. I think the losers got to be Jed and Gabe. It pains me, but I just don't see it. So
Hey, we'll see. Jed and Gabe have done questionable decisions, and it's turned out pretty well for them.
Right, their draft, we all kind of question marked it, and it's like, hey, it's been treating them well. So
yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, you're looking at it.
Jed is a different level.
Yeah, Moneyball Jed at this point, because he'd just be doing shit no one else agrees with, but then he ends up winning.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at this week. Obviously, the Beef Bus Captain J matchup was just basically two deflated tires, seeing how far they could roll down a hill. Captain J pulls it out 1-2. I think Nikki's pretty much short up the division at this point. We'll see if anything happens. Big matchup, low scoring big matchup. Hefe Redskins. Now I want to bring this up. Hefe is 2-1, third seed, and has scored 341 points. That is less than every other team in his division, as well as every team in the Anderson division, and one team in the Rose division.
Otherwise known as Jacob.
Yeah, well, no, he's only scored more than me, Jordan, Alfred, and that's it. So basically, he is 8th out of points, or 9th out of points scored, but he's the third seed. Do we think the trades were what he needed? Is he going to hold that third seed? How long can he do it?
It's a long season, man. He's got to start putting up numbers. I mean, Ian has like 1 million points by now. It seems like he's been going off like every single week. So I don't know. You can't be putting up, like 110 a week or whatever he's averaging to self a championship.
But that might change.
But it might change. He just traded his, half a
roster.
Yeah.
He did. He definitely raised his ceiling with that trade for sure, but he lowered his floor.
Yep.
We'll see. Nikki, dominant, 3-0. Congratulations to the 3-0 squad. Pat's Feelers, Mexican Amigos, Alligator Fuckhouse, just dominant. Just classic textbook fantasy. P-Ball, if you had to name someone that's not in the 3-0 club that you're most scared of, who's that?
Not in the 3-0 club that I'm most scared of.
Good luck, soldiers.
Oof. Prue, you're up there. You're up there. I'm going to say probably at this point, Prue. I'm most scared of Prue.
That's a good answer. I like that.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Lang, actually. I think Lang might be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, I put Lang in his place this week, so I'm not scared of Lang.
Fair enough. Yeah, Lang beat me by like 1 point. Still a little. I don't know how many points it was, but it wasn't very much.
Yeah, it was a tight game. All right, so then I'm going to flip the question. Out of the 3-0 squad, you got Nikki, Ian, and Pat's Feelers, Brew. Who are you least scared of?
That's a good question. I got to go with P-Ball. He's scared of me. He's scared of me. I'm not scared of him.
Let's see. I don't know when we match up, but I'm coming for your ass. What a hoe.
I was really hoping you'd say that. That was great. That was a
You
T-ball.
set me up for it, buddy.
Oh, yeah. That's slow pitch.
I got a question
how about you,
for you, Jesse.
Yeah, what's up?
So, of all the teams in the fantasy league, how many and whose teams could you play and just be like, I'm not frightened of this at all?
With my roster this year, man, I think there's probably 3 teams that I'm not scared of. And one was Jordan, and I lost to him. So the other 2, it's Alfred's and Dean's, because they just seem to have the shit luck. I think a contender would be Siraj. I think Siraj has got a shit team right now. So
Yeah.
Not to
I
be
would
not to be personal. I mean, I really thought Debo would be better. DeAndre Swift just got hurt. Doesn't seem to be a lot coming there. I mean, unless Waddle goes off, his team is not a big ceiling. But I do have, I've got everything pulled up over here, so I'm just
Speaking of
shit.
Dean, I wanted to remind everybody of how Dean promised everyone he would win because he played against DK. Then DK went off.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, DK dropped a 17 burger on him.
Yeah, well, it was more of just he didn't drop like 3 again or whatever it was.
Dude, Nick Chubb is nuts. I mean, just talk about an animal when he's running. Until Watson comes back, they are just going to feed that man every week.
Yeah. And if is a Kareem Hunt trade is that still a thing? Are they still rumoring that? Because if that happens, man, then I'll be really set. And when D-Hop comes back, but
yeah, and when D-Hop comes back, they'll take all the coverage away from Hollywood, so he might actually score some decent points. Might get in the end zone one time.
Yeah, there you go.
Hollywood.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good rundown. Looking forward to this next week. Let me see if I can pull up the next one. We got week 4. Big matchups. We got a 3-0 matchup. Ian versus Pat's Feelers for the top seed, basically. I'd like to think the winner of that is the top seed in the league. Nikki taking on what should be pretty much just a stomp of Alfred. Though projected, Alfred is the favorite. So a couple of interesting, juicy matchups. Everything else kind of sucks. It's all 1-2, 2-1. You got to see which team breaks. But looking over it, P-Ball, obviously, I know who you think is going to win. Prue, I want you to give me a quick estimate of the Migos versus Feelers, and then Pat, whenever you're ready, just give me a quick highlight on another matchup. I know you're already looking at it, so yeah, just give me like America's Game of the Week that gets like the afternoon slot. It's not quite good enough to get the Sunday Night Football, but you get like the good announcers on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Man, why is P-Ball projected so many more points than Ian?
Is it defense?
Good.
Oh, yeah, I always forget to even look at defense.
Where are y'all going?
Going to get a new thing.
I'm going home.
Oh, it's good to see you. What is he going to get? You going to get more plates? Oh, a package? All right. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth.
All right, I'm thinking game of the week is Dean and Siraj. I'm thinking that's going to be a real competitive game. Might be a slugfest of 115 to 115, but it's gonna be game of the week.
It's coming down to the wire.
For sure.
All right. And P-Ball?
So actually I'm gonna go Seaman and Hefe. Because
one too.
Does old Reliable, who doesn't talk back to people on trades, does he hold his ground against the dude that got a new team? Like what's going on? A lot of intrigue in this, man.
We're gonna see some make or break. You got Hunter coming up against me too up top. I've held out from a lot of trades. I've been real close a few times for those of you that are sending me stuff. And Hunter just did a big trade, so we'll see if one gives. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes with all the trades this week. It's going to be different.
Oh yeah. All right, so I guess we'll wrap it up like we do every Hammer Talk. You got to give me not the winner, but who you think the championship matchup is, given where the league's standing right now. And please do not just pick yourself.
What if I think I'm the best?
All right, well, then you better pick, a really good second team.
Oh, I'm going Pat's Feelers and the old Alligator Fuckhouse.
Okay, I like that. Don't tell me who wins, though.
I know it's the classic 1-2 pick, but Ian and Nikki are just looking unstoppable. But I also feel like a very a good dark horse would be Jed and Gabe. They just seem to have the magic this year.
I like it.
March Madness, Cinderella story.
Can we get odds on that pick?
Yeah, right.
Hey, it's dark horse pick.
150 to 1.
All right, and now real quick one. No explanation, no nothing. Teams that are under 500 that you know and you'd put 10 grand that they make the playoff today? So I'll list them off in order. You got Donna, Mother's Milkers, Beef Bus, Captain J, Lil Flub, and Menzel's Hose. In that order.
Super dark pick. I'm going Lil Flub.
Oh, that's a big.
10K on Lil Flub to make the playoffs. I like that. That's gonna go straight to his head, man.
Yeah, I know. He's not trading anybody.
Well, now you got to look at who all the who's going to get the like wild card spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think it's got to be someone from which division are we? Cougar with me or Lang or Dean. So I'm kind of with you there.
I like it.
Are we both going Dean Jones?
I also put myself in the mix. So
okay.
Well, you're 6 feet, so it doesn't count.
Oh.
All right, Prue's official answer was Lang. P-Ball's official answer was Flub, just so we don't have, copy paste.
Fair.
All right, Prue, you can do our sign off, or you can give it to P-Ball if you'd like.
P-Ball's got the cowboy hat on.
Oh, bro, I had the intro.
I like that. No, come on.
No, P-Ball finished off, man.
Give us the hat. Come on.
What's the sign off? Do I just come up with the sign off?
Say some shit, man. This is your time.
It ain't about being easy. It's about being tough. And this league is tough. This is Hammer Talk with Patrick Ball, Jesse Everett, and the Prue Man. Peace.
Yes, sir. All right, hold on. I got to do this shit. I got to turn it off.